business environment, demographic environment. The demographic environment differs from country to country and from place to place within the same country or region. Further, it may change significantly over time. Demographic factors such as the size of population, population growth rate, age composition, ethnic composition, population density, rural urban distribution, family size, nature of family, income levels, population growth rate, birth control regulations and incentives, age distribution, life expectancy rate, differences between number of men and women in society, average family size and family structure, relative influence of minorities in society, immigration rate, social diversity of income, education, race, gender. All these factors have very significant implications for business. Age. Aging of societies can change demand. For example, teenagers wish to purchase beauty creams, mobile phones, and frequently use social media for social interactions. Gender. Males and females have different physical attributes that require other hygiene and clothing products. They also tend to have distinctive male female mindset and roles in the family and household decision making. Geography. Area of residence, urban versus rural, and population density can all be essential inputs into marketing strategy and decisions. Education. Education is the grounding of an individual to be talented of making knowledgeable decisions when it comes to purchasing products in a consumer culture. It usually covers various consumer goods and services, prices, what the consumer can expect. Level of education is often tends to consumer preferences. Population size. The size of the population is an essential determinant of demand for many products. Developing countries with small populations are generally not attractive for business. Advanced countries, particularly with large populations, are generally attractive markets. A significant part of the international trade and foreign investments naturally take place between these nations. Falling birth rate and changing age structure. Developing countries are also experiencing a significant decline in population growth rates. In developed countries, the fall in the birth rate is so steep that the population size would shrink drastically. Because of the declining birth rate, the population is already peaking in several countries. It poses a problem for many businesses because of the decline in the birth rates and the consequent fall in the size of the baby population. The market for baby products has shrunk. Population growth rate. A high population growth rate also implies a huge increase in the labor supply. Cheap labor and a growing market have encouraged many multinationals to invest in developing countries. People at retirement age. It will indicate that a person stopped working full time or as an employee for an organization for the entire year rather than a few months at a time. Significances of demographic factors to business. As population grows, the demand for many goods and services also increases. For example, energy, consumer durables, food. A growing population also provides a larger workforce, other things being equal. An aging population increases the demand for a range of public, private, and voluntary sector goods and services. For example, healthcare, pensions, specialist holidays, sheltered housing. It also creates an increasingly dependent population. A diminishing birth rate influences the demand for education, children's products, childcare, specific TV programs, choices. It can also reduce the number of young people available to enter the workforce to replace those who retire. Changes in the ethnic makeup of the population can affect the demand for particular food products, clothing, and media services. They can place increased orders on public authorities, for example, documents printed in different languages. The regional redistribution of the population will affect various goods and services, including housing, education, healthcare, transport, energy, and many day-to-day products. It can also affect prices. For example, in the housing market and the makeup of the total labor market. On a more general level, it is also worth noting that demographic change can impact a country's social and economic structure. This can result in increased or reduced demands on a range of organizations, particularly those in the public sector. For example, the growing imbalance being experienced in many countries between an increasing and dependent elderly population and a diminishing population of working age touches on many areas of public policy, from healthcare and social provisions on the one hand to pension and fiscal policy on the other. How to obtain demographic information? Demographics play a substantial role in the success of a business. The best way to collect the demographic data is to conduct market research surveys, whether through email, phone, or face to face meetings. A market research survey is a great tool to get as much demographic data as possible. Data from the questions help businesses to know more about their customers. In this video lesson, you have learned about the demographic environmental forces, significance of demographic factors to the business, and how to obtain the demographic informations. Thank you.